A part of me regrets not watching this anime while it was airing, but if I had done that, I wouldn't have been able to make this video, so it kind of worked out. Fire Force is another one of those absolutely fantastic new shonen anime with just beautiful animation, great fast-paced story, and a pretty damn cool power system. I mean, this is just a top-tier shonen anime right here. If you want good story, cool fights, and a pretty cool main character, then look no further than Fire Force. Long ago, an event known as the Great Cataclysm occurred, burning the majority of the Earth down and leaving it uninhabitable. This story takes place within Tokyo Empire, one of the few remaining places where people can live. However, ever since then, a strange phenomenon has occurred called spontaneous human combustion. This is where humans suddenly burst into flames and become a creature known as an Infernal, a fiery monster which is typically violent to all of those around it. Thus, the Special Fire Force was established to help combat these Infernals, protect the public, and hopefully one day uncover the mysteries behind spontaneous human combustion. Shinra Kusakabe, who lost his family to a fire when he was a kid, has since developed pyrokinesis powers that let him emit flames from his feet. Using these powers, he decides to join the Special Fire Force, Company Number 8, where he will help them defend the public, hopefully figure out what really happened during that fire as a kid, and also perhaps one day uncover the reason behind spontaneous human combustion. Okay, let's get this out of the way real quickly. Do you guys know who David Productions is? If you've seen JoJo's, and I mean specifically like part 4, then you know that iconic bassy sound. I mean, it's there in part 3 as well, but part 4, man, the handle, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. That is David Productions. And just listen to this. What was it? Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The audio direction all throughout this anime, not just there, but all throughout it is fantastic. There's so many just really fantastic audio effects that they have. But that's not all. Don't worry, they can't just do audio. They do a great job with audio, but the animation is, oh my goodness, it is there as well. It is so flashy, it is gorgeous, it's smooth. Just look at some of these fights. It is so beautiful. Absolutely incredible. I just can't get enough of watching this stuff. Another thing that I really love about this anime is that it's a little bit darker than a lot of other shows out there. Like, it has a lot of demonic themes that go on in it, and Shinra is literally called a devil. And honestly, I don't blame people for it. I mean, just look at this grin. The man got so mentally messed up by his family getting burnt alive in front of him that now he has this nervous tick wherever he's in an awkward situation. He has this devilish grin. And it got to the point where he's basically been bullied all his life. He's been told, you're the devil and whatnot. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but shit gets pretty wild. I like the darker undertones that this thing's got. And I absolutely love how these dark undertones that this manga has and uses to push forward the story are all underneath this veil of comedy and lighthearted scenes. Well, there are these pretty, kind of fucked up shit going on. There's a lot of really light stuff and some more comedic things to help lighten the mood in between, just so it can slap back at you with something a little bit darker later on and make it hit just that little bit extra. Like, you've got Tamaki, this fan service cat girl character who is always losing her clothes. You love to see it. Or you've got Arthur Boyle, who is pretty dumb and fantasizes about being a knight. It's a nice addition. And what this does is it keeps it from being too heavy, and I kind of appreciate that. Now, there are some complaints we do have to go over and some things that this anime didn't exactly do amazingly. The two that I see most often talked about are Tamaki's lewdness and fan service, along with sometimes the storytelling can be a little bit dialogue driven. Now let's start off with the fan service Tamaki complaint, because that's the one I think is a bit more valid in my opinion. Yeah, there's quite a bit of fan service out there. It can be a little bit much at times. I mean, comparatively. I mean, we're not talking anything like Harem in the Labyrinth or To Love Ru, High School DxD levels. Nothing close to that. Not even remotely close. We're just talking, oh, she just like slips and oh shit, her veil or dress, just coat, all just came off and now she's in a bikini. Or oh shit, all that stuff got burnt off. Damn. Unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it can be a little bit much for some people. I personally don't mind it. In fact, I thought it's kind of funny at times. And I mean, come on, she's an attractive character. But I can understand why people wouldn't always like that. It's something you gotta keep in mind. So you really gotta maybe close the door when you watch this anime. The second complaint that I see a lot, which I didn't actually initially realize, I actually started noticing a lot more once I saw this complaint and read it, and then I just kept on noticing it afterwards, was that the story is very dialogue driven. I don't think that's a bad thing. Some people have an issue with it. I personally like dialogue driven stories a little bit. Granted, there are times where showing something is a little bit better than blatantly telling it, but at the same time though, I don't mind dialogue driven stories. Especially, also let's be honest, this comes from a manga where quite literally all of the text, like 90% of it, is dialogue. So just put out there. You can say that complaint about pretty much any anime out there for the most part. Dialogue is a huge thing that pushes forward the story. And also, let's be honest too, how do people communicate? We communicate by talking to each other through dialogue. So I don't like that complaint too much. It became, you kind of tell where they were trying to push forward the story at times. After hearing this complaint, I noticed that. Like you can tell where they're saying like, oh, we're just going to talk about this and they'll introduce the next thing next set of events and so on and so forth, and now keep pushing forward. And there are times where they probably talked a little bit too much. They could have left out a few scenes, just let it just kind of just say a small little bit, let that simmer. Don't have to reiterate that right away, immediately afterwards. But I'm nitpicking with that. I am very much nitpicking with that. The only other complaint that I can say is that sometimes some of the jokes didn't hit for me personally, but that's just they're not made for everyone. You're not going to make a joke that absolutely everyone is going to enjoy. So that's just, it's the way it is. I'm scraping the barrel now. I absolutely loved this anime. I truly did. It was fantastic. I think this is a very, very good anime, and a lot of the complaints I feel are ones that could be said to quite a few other series and are much more negative in other series. In this one, I really don't think the fan service, the storytelling, it's not really that bad. Honestly, like, they didn't take anything away from the story at all. If you are into shonen, which I'm going to assume most of you guys are, considering that like most of my viewers as of recent are from Bleach, one of the big three in shonen, this is a fantastic watch. Go check it out, man. It's got insane fights, absolutely incredible. I love this fast pace that they've got. A lot of these new shonens have that. It's like really just full force forward. No delaying it, no stretching out, just full force into it. Kind of like that, not gonna lie. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, it's got cool lore. It's pretty damn cool, man. It's pretty damn cool. And Shinra Kusakabe is a great protagonist. I think he's a great protagonist for this series. He's cool. He's pretty damn cool. I'm almost done with season 2. So if you like this video, like this series, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff, because I will be releasing another video on season 2. Same format pretty much. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Senpai Supreme. Some of those videos are popping on the screen right now. Go check them out. I got anime reviews, manga reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. that I'm sure you will all enjoy. But yeah, hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Are you really telling me that you're not subscribed to the one and only Senpai Supreme? If you're a real WWE champion and anime thigh lover like me, you'll subscribe right now, brother. Let those likes run wild, oh yeah!